Hi, this is Renata from Beretta Product Lab, and I'm here with part 3 of this journey of using AI and coding tools to prototype an app concept and do the whole, take all the assets from discovery, turn them into documentation, and later get our prototype app. So from our past video, you saw that I got my requirements document. I went ahead and cleaned it up in 2 ways. First, I added some context, some additional details that were not originally on the board of things like the contents of that drop-down menus should have, and just specific details about the form, the capture form, since that is the main interaction that the app will have, at least in its prototype MVP state. The second way is that I removed nuance from the app that really belongs to additional complexity, additional app views or pages that may not be as relevant to getting that first MVP app right. And the reason why you want to remove that is because it can bring too much complexity to the applications that you're using for vibe coding, whether it's Replit, Lovable, or others. Sometimes giving it too much of like what you want to do in the future will make it just go wild. What you want to do is keep control, retain that control over how your app looks by just being very thin with what I call the extreme MVP that you want to create. So it's important that you know what is the main view and try to clean up everything after. So at this point, what I could do is go here and export this as PDF and feed that PDF into Replit such that Replit can render my app, and then I can continue iterating upon that and add the add-on and other functionality. However, there's another option that Miro also provides, and I wanted to go ahead and try that with you before we go into Replit. And that is to actually prototype within Miro. So I'm going to ask Miro to use a text prompt to give me a desktop prototype. You can use other options, but this is what makes sense in my case so that we can test whether the application is valuable or not, which is what we want to do with a prototype. And then I could create a single screen or a multi-screen. My experience with multi-screen flow has been, it hasn't been consistent. Sometimes it brings too much complexity to the prototype too early, especially since it's just basically UI screens. So what I would recommend is just doing a single screen and saying, create a mock-up of the main view of an app using the requirements document selected. And let's see if it takes that. And while it thinks, I'm going to pause this video and then show you what it comes up with. And there it is, you guys. This is the prototype that Miro has given me. Again, I don't need to use this if I don't like it. If I find it like it's not what I had in mind, I can always choose a different way to feed Replit a mockup, or simply give it the requirements document and see how Replit decides to approach that app. And I hope this is helpful. And in our next video, we're going to take a look at what happens in Replit itself.